Okay, hello everyone. Hi guys. Good morning. How are you all? Good morning, everyone. My name is Afreen, and I welcome you all to today's session. So today we are going to discuss about the responsibility of paying back. This is Unit 13, PPB Module A. So let's start discussing. The very first thing is the Negotiable Instrument Act. So you all know the Negotiable Instrument Act deals majorly with the three kinds of negotiable instrument: check, promissory note, as well as the bill of exchange, right? So these are the major three negotiable instrument which are actually mentioned in the Negotiable Instrument Act, right? So the very first thing, the drawing, there is definition which says that the drawing of a check means the bank, the one who is directed to pay. The drawing of a bank should have a sufficient fund of the drawer in his or her hand, properly available for payment of such check when duly required to do so. So there are different conditions. First of all, when the drawer is making the check, it is necessary that the drawee should have the sufficient balance of the drawer in his or her account so that that the bank can make payment of that check when it is required to do so. Required to do so means when the check is properly drawn and signed by the drawer. And if all things are available, it means that the drawee have the sufficient balance properly available. It means that it is not present in any investment or FD form. It is properly available for payment. Okay. And third, the drawer has actually signed and make the check clearly without any negligence. Now, it is the duty of the drawee to clear and to make payment of that check. And if after all this condition means the drawee has the sufficient balance also, the drawee has properly availability of that also, and the drawer has signed and make the check clearly, even if, even with all this satisfying condition, even if the drawee has wrongfully dishonored the check, the drawee has wrongfully dishonored this check. Now, in this condition, the drawee is responsible towards the compensation of all the loss that happens to the drawer. Now, here, always remember, when the bank wrongfully dishonored the check, the bank is liable towards the drawer in normal circumstances. Some circumstances, they actually liable towards the holder of the check also. And what are these circumstances? The first says that when the bank is, sorry, when the bank is actually wound up. Okay, when the bank is wound up, okay, now the holder of the check can claim himself or herself as the creditor, right? And then ask for the compensation from the drawee. And the second was if the check is paid disregarded of the crossing. So if this is a crossing account paycheck, means you have to submit it on a particular, irrespective of that, bank has submitted it to another account. Now, in this condition, bank is responsible for compensating all the losses which the holder can have. So, in the normal circumstances, if we talk about the normal circumstances, yes, normal circumstances, the drawee is actually responsible towards the drawer. But only in these two circumstances, the drawer is actually responsible towards, the drawee is actually responsible towards the holder of the check. Clear? Now, next thing, if we talk about these sections. So first, section 89 of the Negotiable Instrument Act says that it actually gives the protection to the paying bank in which check has been materially altered, but it is not appeared to be materially altered. For example, there is a check and in which there is a name which is Afreen written, right? But someone has just cut this name and write Rashmi. Now, this is the obvious alteration. Okay, this is the obvious alteration. But For example, there is a check and in which 500 rupees is mentioned. Okay. Now, one more zero is added. Okay, and now the check is altered to 5,000. Now, this alteration is so perfect that it is nearly impossible for the trained eyes to detect this alteration. Originally, the check was 500, but it was materially altered as 5,000. Now, this is the alteration which doesn't appear to be altered. And now, if the paying bank has paid this check as rupees 5,000, the paying bank is protected from any type of loss and compensation. Why? Because this check has been materially altered in such a perfect manner that it is impossible for a trained eyes to detect that alteration. Clear? Second, Section 10 defines payment in due course definition. Now, what is payment in due course? Payment in due course, it means that as a banker, as a drawer, you have to make payment of a check with the apparent tenor. Apparent tenor means you don't have to use your own brain in make payment of the check. No, you just do whatever is written in that check, whether it is account pay check or not, whether it is a crossed or not, whatever amount is mentioned, to whom it is concerned, everything. You have to make payment with the apparent tenure. Apparent tenure, next, you have to make payment as a banker in good faith without any negligence. Now, if you have make payment under the payment in due course system. Now you have been protected if there is any loss. As a paying bank, you are protected if there is any loss that is incurred by the individual in this case. Third, Section 31. Now, Section 31 obliges the Troy Bank should have a sufficient balance of the drawer it had, which is properly available for payment. So, Section 31 says that the drawer must have a sufficient balance of drawer which is properly available. It means that it shouldn't be in the form of any investment or FD that is not available for payment. So it should be available for payment. So these are the some important section of Negotiable Instrument Act, Section 89, Section 10, and Section 31. Next, if we talk about if there is a payment which is made by a bank under a mistake, then what's happened? Now, this is all the case. I'm just giving you a short idea of the case. There was a bank, right? And the bank has made payment. Okay, the collecting bank has present this check to a paying bank, and paying bank has made payment to other holder of the check, right? But after the payment, okay, it came to be noticed that the signature as well as the amount in the check was forged. Now, in this case, paying bank has actually made a case against the presenting bank as well as the holder of the check or the pay, that you have to return the payment to me because the check was made under mistake. Payment was made under mistake because the signature has been forged and the amount has been forged. Now, the very first thing. First, let's discuss about the collecting bank. The collecting bank says that I am not responsible for any type of compensation. Why? Because the collecting bank says that I have followed all the procedure. I have made the payment with the apparent due. I have made the payment in foot. I have presented this check in good faith without any negligence. I have cleared all the thing. I have checked all the thing. There was no, and the forgery was so perfect that it was impossible for the trained eyes to detect that forgery, and that's why you also didn't have detect that forgery. So I'm not responsible for any type of compensation. Now, the one who received the payment says that why I am responsible for the payment. See, this check has been presented to me by the representative of that company, and after he presented that check to me, I have given this check to the collecting bank, and the collecting bank enters this check to the clearing process. And after collecting bank confirms me that the check is in the clearing process, I have delivered good to that firm or industry. So I have parted away from my goods because the collecting bank has confirmed me that the check is all right. So I'm not responsible for any type of taxation. And here, in this case, paying bank has actually lost the case. The High Court dismissed the case of the paying bank that you will not get compensation or refund of the amount either from the collecting bank or from the pay, because they both acted in good faith without any negligence, and now you have to absorb all your loss by your own. Okay, so this was the case when the payment was done under mistake, right? So this was the chapter, and I haven't discussed the complete chapter. See, why? Because the complete chapter will be discussed in the foundation batch, which we have started recently. From today, I'm going to tell you about the details, okay? But first, just tell me the answer of this question. The law relating to payment of check and production of a bank is considered under or in which act? Indian Contract Act, Reserve Bank of India Act, Negotiable Instrument Act, or Banking Regulation Act? Everyone, please answer this question. The law relating to the protection of the paying bank is concerned under which act? Very easy. So, if we are talking about this, yes, it is concerned under the Negotiable Instrument Act, the law relating to the payment of check and protection of to a bank, that is concerned in the Negotiable Instrument Act. Okay, now let us discuss about the new batch that is upcoming. So, there is a new batch, Foundation 2.0 batch and DBF selection batch, which have started today, right? I'm going to teach you IE, IFS, and PPB in these batches. Okay, and these batches are very important for your selection because each and every detail of the complete unit plus module has been covered here. Right, you will get the live classes according to your bank time and schedule, and you will get the recorded session as well. You will get the mock test, MCQs, practice, everything what you need to clear your examination. So if you want to purchase these batches, go for the JAIIB Super Elite subscription. JIB Super Elite subscription is umbrella under which you are getting the whole for each and every batch. Okay, if you want to have a each and every batch, you want to have a selection, just kindly enroll in the JF Super Elite subscription. Presently there is 47% complete discount that is going on the subscription. Okay, so everyone, if you are liking the video, if you have learned everything whatever I have told you in the class, just please like and share the video to the maximum you can. And if you haven't subscribed this channel yet, guys, it's a request, please subscribe this channel and press the bell notification icon. Thank you so much. I hope that you have all enjoyed this session. Take care, everyone. Bye bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye, everyone.